All right. Lightning. All right, I think we're good to go. Just make sure my mic's working. Mic's good? How do I- Just got to make sure I can see the comments and we'll get started. Perfect. Hopefully everyone's doing well in crypto. So welcome back to the channel. It's Sam here with GSK Wealth Builders. And today we're going to just be doing another market update. We're still trying to climb back from the crash, and we're going to see what's going on. So Bitcoin's sitting there at $38,000 right now. And it seems like it's bottomed out for now. I don't know if that's the case though, because it could get worse. It could get worse if they're pulling more liquidity. However, I hope this is the bottom for now, because we need things to stabilize, and we need people to get used to having confidence in investing in crypto again, right? So we hit almost. Let me check the market caps first. So at one point we were at alts were at 1.3 trillion dollars, right? And alts have dropped down to $920 billion. So we're still down about $400 billion when it comes to the alts. The total market cap of crypto was sitting there at 2.3 trillion. And then all of a sudden we dropped down to 1.3. So we're down $1 trillion in market cap in crypto right now, and that's going to take a while to rebound. But you got to stay strong, diamond hands. I didn't sell anything. I don't think very many people I know sold anything because it was just too fast. There are some traders with more, I would say, more liquid accounts where they sold and bought back at a lower price. But other than that, most people just held it and ate the dip. So they were able to, pull liquidity out of the market. So what I think happened, or what we know happened, is it's an old trader's trick. So what you'll do is when you're trading is you provide liquidity to the market. A lot of people, yeah, dollar cost average. What you'll do is you'll provide liquidity to the market. These are the big market makers. I'm talking about the banks, the hedge funds. They'll provide a lot of liquidity to the market. And then once they feel that the market is overheated or they've just got too many gains or too much gains to not take profits, what will happen is you'll see them pull the liquidity off of the market. So when they pull the liquidity, you see that other people triggers them to sell. Once Bitcoin starts tanking, all of the other alts are going to start tanking. So there was a point where Ethereum was disconnected from Bitcoin, but we're not at that anymore, right? So that's just a reality of where we're at right now. So we have Ethereum sitting there, 2,600. Ethereum's doing pretty well. We're sitting at $100 billion in volume. So we're good. Binance Coin, it's down about 50% or 34% in the last 7 days. Cardano's 24%. A lot of people are buying up Cardano. Polkadot hasn't rebounded at all. I think the reason behind Polkadot not rebounding is just that it's not one of the top. It's not one of the top coins, and it has a lot of speculation attached to it. So when things get tough, you're going to get out of the ones that haven't proven yet, even though it's a great project and probably one of the top projects. So you go from there and you see the market overall. If now we'll look at the winners in the past 7 days, Polygon. So Polygon was my number, was it one of my top, right? So Polygon, Kusama, Solana. Polygon was at $2.60. It's sitting at $1.80. Now, one of the things actually I want to show you about Polygon is a trend that I've noticed that might be good for the market long term when it comes to Polygon. So in the last crypto winter, almost every coin got destroyed. Actually, literally every single coin got destroyed except for one coin, Chainlink. And the number one thing that you can attribute to Chainlink being great is that Chainlink has a lot of partnerships. So like they would announce on their Twitter every week, partnership with this company, partnership with that company, partnership with this crypto, partnership with that crypto. And that gave people confidence that they were getting things done and that they were moving forward. A lot of companies in crypto just don't say anything, and it's annoying because you want to know what they're doing. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then they don't say anything. So if you go to Polygon's Twitter, and you just go to media, because every time that they do a partnership, they actually post, a little picture of them and the company they partnered with, right? So 7 hours ago, I've never heard of Start Finance, but Start Finance is going to implement Polygon's full stacking. Then you have Labs Group here. Labs Group is a crypto real estate asset hedge fund. So they're going to be buying buildings and then fractionalizing them in real estate. So you have Polygon sitting there, doing a partnership with them. Formation Finance. Actually, this is one of the best IDOs that I'm looking at. Formation Finance, you can stake and earn double rewards, but on top of that, you can actually, what would I say? They don't have impermanent loss, apparently. So you'll be able to provide liquidity and not have impermanent loss, according to them. Then if you look at here, they have partnerships 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like they have 8 partnerships in a period of 7 days. Now, how all of these people are going to be on Polygon, I'm not sure how or how they're going to integrate with them, but this is a press release factory, and Chainlink is a press release factory. Whether it's true or not, whether they're building on it or not, this news will be positive for Polygon. So I see Polygon being like a really strong hold and a really strong winner throughout crypto, whether it's crypto winter or not. So I would just take that into consideration. Another thing I would take into consideration would be Solana is Solana is doing a lot of partnerships as well. Not as many as Polygon when it comes to announced partnerships, but a cash network. So anyone in Helium knows about a cash now, or a Kosh, and they're an open source cloud, and they're going to be running on Solana. So that's huge. And then you have a few others. So Step Finance, you can type in your address in Step Finance, and then you can do whatever you need there to manage your portfolio. Mango Markets, they're on Solana. So Solana is going to be doing a lot of things. They don't have the same following as Polygon right now, but Solana will be a blockchain to look out for. So let's just move on. The largest companies in the world. So the largest companies in the world right now, I just wanted to compare those to Bitcoin. So you have Apple here at 2 trillion market cap, Bitcoin sitting at 700 billion market cap. So it's slightly under Facebook, and it's bigger than Berkshire Hathaway and Warren Buffett. So, when they were making the comments that they don't like Bitcoin, Bitcoin surpassed them in market cap. So they're like, how is this random company, surpassing us? So Tesla got them sitting there at number 10, 500 billion. You know what Elon's been saying every day. It's another thing from Elon, and you don't know which way he's gonna talk about crypto or anything. So now the biggest losers and biggest winners. So wow. So overall, I could just notice a trend right here. All of these coins, except for a life token, I don't know what it is. All of these coins are meme coins. The biggest winners are meme coins. So people are back in the meme coins, it looks like. They're not doing, 7,000% return anymore, but people are back in the meme coins. So you just want to keep an eye on that. Now, Polka Markets. Polka Markets just came out. I'm pretty sure there are a Polkadot based predictions market. And they had a lot of hype. Let me just verify to see if it was the same one I'm thinking about. Yes. So a Polkadot based prediction market. So you can basically bet on different things, and you can see in this little thing, will Joe Biden be inaugurated as president? Will the party control the Senate? So you're going to be able to go in here. It's an online gambling ring. And you're going to be able to go in here, and it's going to be on Polkadot, which means it will be interoperable. You'll be able to exchange info, and you'll be able to bet on random things. Now, there are lots of markets like this. I think Auger is one of them. They're doing sports betting. So if you look at their timeline, Q1, Q2, they're doing futures, esports, fractions portfolio, liquidities. So that's going to be huge. Q3, sports market. So people are going to be able to bet on sports with poker markets. So yeah, that is, the only today, right? The only big coin launch day. And now when it came out, it does the same thing that they always do. So what's the price right now? The price is 70 cents. So when it IDO'd in March, oh, it just got listed on CoinMarketCap. This isn't even a new coin. It's just been tanking since March. So Polka Markets, I would probably pick that up like less than 5 cents if it ever got there. I wouldn't even take the risk for that one. Okay, so news. Mark Cuban invests in Polygon. So we were just talking about Polygon, how they're doing tons of partnerships. Mark Cuban, late to the party, but better late than never. So that's good validation that Polygon is going to be there. Now, why is he looking at Polygon? I'm guessing that, well, it mentions NFTs. I'm guessing that he wants to use Polygon to scale his NFT platforms that he's invested in, because the Ethereum fees to buy these NFTs are crazy, right? So, DeFi and other projects would go live on Polygon, which makes sense. And they're the most prolific, insightful investor. So yeah, they're just talking about how Mark Cuban, I wonder how much he invested in Polygon. I don't know. Anyways, let me look at the chats. Okay, so what's up, CJ Dez, House Spin, German Ventura, what's up? So yeah, you guys got any questions? Just put them in the chats. So I'm just going to continue on. So Sam Bankman-Fried says the Bitcoin Mining Council opens up an interesting can of worms. So after Elon trashed Bitcoin and basically said that Bitcoin is not his crypto of choice, and they're not going to be accepting Bitcoin anymore for Teslas. That did cause Bitcoin's price to tank, but it was more of like a cascading effect of like multiple pieces of bad news at the same time. But the problem is what Elon was saying was kind of outdated to a lot of miners, and what they're saying is the mining is actually not it's not destroying the planet, because when energy is made, it just goes to waste sometimes. So what the miners apparently were doing was moving their miners to the most advantageous place, or place that has too much energy, they're not using it all, and they would say, can we use your excess energy and mine there? So in theory, the energy was already being made, and that's why mining should be eco-friendly. Now, the Bitcoin Council is going to be a council of people talking about Bitcoin, or representing Bitcoin, including the MicroStrategy CEO, Michael Saylor, and they're going to be like, regulating mining, basically. Now, I think the reason why people are wondering about that is because if you regulate Bitcoin and you become centralized, right? Or we'll just see what he says, right? So if you have a completely open network and the big open players on this network openly, without coercion, decide to collaborate with each other, is that decentralization? It's a little bit of a definite issue. So if all of these miners are coming together and becoming a council, it's not decentralized anymore, it's centralized, because you're going to want to join that council and they're going to vote as a group. So what exactly is a blockchain? Well, Marty Mar, this episode right now is a little bit more advanced on what is blockchain. However, I can just do a quick summary. So a blockchain is similar to just a database, like, a spreadsheet, for example, of data, and it's collected in blocks. So it's collected in little different blocks. And after the block is complete, it's, permanently stamped in history, and then it's given to the miner. So the original, Ethereum blockchain, or the original Bitcoin blockchain, has data, and each miner will have a copy of this blockchain. So as there's more and more blocks all over the world, it's harder to coerce this data and to hack and change the information. For example, if it's in China, America, Canada, Ireland, Germany, Sweden, you can't just go and hack them all at the same time and change the blockchain. So that's why it has power and it has a lot of automation to it. So, the blockchain is the technology, and then cryptocurrency runs on that blockchain. So that's why we're talking about all of these things. Blockchain is the most important technology. It doesn't really have to be crypto, but in the form of crypto is where we're making money, I guess. So, Chia, from what I gather, Chia is a energy efficient version of Bitcoin or Ethereum. And because Chia is energy efficient, it could blow up. And I have seen some other YouTubers that rated Chia, and they say that they have really good technology. So I'm not a programmer at all. So I rely on other people's skills and information to audit the code. So right now, Chia has a really high rating, and the rating on Chia, I think, on Token Metrics. So you can go to tokenmetrics.com and you can sign up for their services, where they give you blockchain related information and ratings. And I believe they scored it at 90%. And it's very rare that a coin scores 90%. However, they did say the price is overpriced right now because of the hype. So they're waiting to buy it on a dip. But yeah, I really do like Chia because of that. And I believe you can just mine it on an SSD hard drive. So yeah, so next piece of information. So Dapper Labs. So Dapper Labs NBA Top Shot. Let's see if I can shrink that a little bit. 1 million user mark. So I was on NBA Top Shot's platform when they had about 60,000 users trying to buy NFTs, and it was like impossible. And then they scaled it and scaled it and scaled it. Now they do NFT drops every day, and yeah, you can buy NFTs. But for me, they've been losing ventures. Every NFT I bought has lost value because I think that maybe I was too late, or maybe I have to wait. Maybe I have to wait a couple years. But right now, the NFTs are not making money for me. They are making money for other people. So 1 million user mark, for Dapper Labs, that's great for them. You know, they've had $700 million in sales this year. That's unbelievable to just go from zero to $700 million in sales. So it's going to be a $1 billion company. We're only in May. Yeah, I got, you know, some really good, I got like a Kevin Durant game winner and things. I tried to flip it, didn't work, but yeah, $300 million has been invested in NBA Top Shots. So I have a feeling that, or Dapper Labs, I have a feeling that Dapper Labs is going to get deals with um, other sports. Like, why not do the NFL? Why not do the NHL? Especially when the NBA owners are usually owners in the other leagues as well. So that is just big. So NBA Top Shots, 1 million user mark. Um, can't get any. You can't ask for better than that. Just a second. Am I mining any other coins beside Helium? No. Helium's the one. I would get as many miners as I could. Actually, I did try to get as many miners as I could. They're on the way. Um, if I was to mine something else, the problem with miners right now is the supply chain for computers. It's terrible, right? So you're just paying too much. But if I was to mine something else, I'd probably try to figure out how to mine Chia. And MXC is a little bit expensive, but it's guaranteed income. So as long as MXC stays around for a couple of years, then you can, you know, you can do well with that. $15 a day costs you $3,000. So you're paying it's like buying a bond in theory, right? So you're paying $3,000 up front and you're getting $15 a day. So as long as you get that $15 a day for like 3, 4, 5 years, you're laughing. Now, if you have 3 or 4 of them and you're getting 45, $50 a day, depending on what country you live in, you can live off that money forever as long as that company lasts forever. Like if you were getting $45 a day in Uganda or in Africa, in some parts of Southeast Asia, that's a lot of money to live off. It's like having a pension. So yeah, so Dfinity. So Dfinity is a company from 2017 that I invested in actually I didn't invest, I just signed up for an airdrop from them and I ended up getting a bunch of tokens from Dfinity. And so they're now live. They're an internet computers. I don't even know what an internet computer means, but they are an internet computer crypto company. And judging by where they came out, they're in the top 10, I think, they came out in the top 10 cryptos of all time. That's crazy. So they've launched a $200 million grant fund and they're going to be investing. So 200 million Swiss francs, $223 million to put to work. So if you have a project and you're a programmer, you can go work with them. So that's huge. Back to the comments. So I love your videos. I'm mining Ethereum and waiting on my Helium miners now, thinking about buying a machine. Yep, definitely good. Like Ethereum's big, or HNT is big, and Ethereum. I wish I was mining Ethereum because the way that these miners are killing people in fees, I wish I had some miners, but it's damn near impossible to get you know, a mining machine. And yeah, I gotta wait it out. Chia sounds new thing. They're able, and I paid for 5G Helium. Did you get one? How high is your number? I'm 4,800. Wow. 4,800, you're going to be one of the early people. So I didn't get one because I don't live in the States, but I did put my name in on the list and I typed my email in. They already knew. And they were like, yeah, you don't got a number. So they must have checked my IP address or something because I signed up for Helium 5G under 2 emails. Both emails didn't get a number. So anyways, so this is pretty cool. So monetizing genome data and using it as an NFT. So for example, you know, COVID is a good example. Imagine if there was a human that we knew of on Earth that couldn't catch COVID or that is more resistant to COVID than others, and he was able to sell his blood or genome data or DNA to a company, and anytime they used his data in making a solution, he got paid, right? That could be put in an NFT and it could be a one of one, and then the companies could trade that NFT and that would be amazing. And so they're going to be making NFTs for genome data, and this could change the world and put it upside down, because there are places in the world, like there's a small community in Italy, I forget the name, where they just all live longer than everyone else, right? So internet computer is very centralized. So I don't care about centralization versus decentralization in the beginning stages, because so I'll just finish this and I'll talk about that actually. So yeah, I just think this is amazing because now, there's people who are getting their DNA stolen and making, thousands of different solutions, and they never got a cent. Their family never got a cent. So imagine if they could just study you, say, hey, we just want to study you for whatever, and then you earn money. So I think that's a cool thing. So yeah, decentralization and centralization. I don't care about centralization versus decentralization in the early stages of a company, because you have a company like Amazon. Amazon, whether you like them or not, they dominate. Microsoft, whether you like them or not, they dominate, right? So the reason why they can dominate is they have a leader that has vision. Tesla, for example, they have a leader that has vision, and he can process information and make decisions at a win rate that is higher than the average person. So to say, Elon Musk, now we're going to go start voting on what Tesla does in the future, Tesla wouldn't be where it is, right? Where when Elon could just say, I'm doing this tomorrow, I'm doing that tomorrow, that's why Tesla is so successful, because he's a genius. Now, when you have a poor leader, it's also terrible, because that one poor leader can just dive you into the ground. So the problem with decentralization is the ability to pivot. And Ethereum can't pivot fast enough because they always have to vote, and then it becomes a money thing. So the miners have all of the votes, right? So to say Ethereum is decentralized, yeah, you can't sue somebody, but the miners have all the votes, and they don't want to lower the fees. So they all vote together. That's not decentralized, really. It's just, it's a bunch of people, a small group of people that control Ethereum, and they say it's decentralized. So for me now, I would want the end goal, right? Once you've built to a certain point, I would want the end goal to be, yes, let's decentralize and take apart the ownership structure, and now we vote as a group. But you have to get to a certain point, or you're just going to die. So that's why I like Solana, for example, and FTX exchange is centralized, but then they have Serum, that's a decentralized exchange, even though it's run by centralized people. So yeah, for me, I don't mind being centralized, as long as the goal at the end of the day is to be decentralized, and then you have less risk. So another goody news: South Africa Central Bank starts research on retail-focused digital currency. So they're going to carry out different trials. I would guess that Circle would be involved, which USDC would be there, and then a few other. Yes, but it creates monopolies. It does. It does. That's for every good thing, there's a bad thing. But sometimes when you're a retail investor, there's marketing that's pitched to you that makes it sound good, and it's not. And then they're just pitching you that marketing so they can take your money, right? So I would say, if you picked a coin right now and said they're decentralized, I would probably find out that they're not decentralized just by looking at the top wallets. So if the top 5 wallets can vote, that's a monopoly, right? Now, monopolies can be they're once again they're good or bad, right? Like, a lot of monopolies will do good, a lot of monopolies will do bad. So it's a tough thing. Decentralization, when you think about decentralization, I would think that politics is a way of talking about decentralization. And for the most part, when you vote as a huge country or a huge global scale, what happens is you go to the mean. So you go to average. You don't go to supreme. And you're always going to take the least risky solution, when sometimes you need someone that's like, hey, we're cutting this off right now. We're cutting off proof of work in 3 months, and we're going to proof of stake, and there's nothing you can do about it. That is a really unpopular statement, but once it happens, and then the fees go down and everyone starts using Ethereum, it's amazing, right? But they can't do that because the miners just vote against it. So it's not decentralized enough. But yeah, I'm against mega monopolies that have ridiculous amounts of money, but it's kind of like a byproduct of capitalism. Okay, so Todd Morley plans to build a blockchain tower. I think this is going to be cool. So the tower will incorporate a wireless network aiming to improve digital access to ledgers. So Todd Morley, the co-founder and former executive of financial services of Guggenheim. So if you don't know who Guggenheim is like a investment advisor, and they also have ETFs. And the ETF for Guggenheim, they have like the S&P 500. They have all these other different ETFs. Like they hold billions. I wouldn't say trillions, but like they're up there when it comes to holdings. So they're building a tower that's going to incorporate blockchain, and it's going to have a wireless network to aim and improve digital access to the ledgers, and it'll be built by JDS Development Group in partnerships overlined with Morley Chairs, reported Tuesday. So anyone within a certain radius of the tower will have access to blockchains, irrespective to their cellular internet connections. So this seems like, to me, this seems like they're going to put helium in there. It sounds like they're going to put helium in there, but they're just calling it a blockchain tower for now. That would be cool if there was a helium tower in Manhattan. Auger. So a friend of mine, mentioned Auger. So Auger is an older crypto, and it's about prediction market, and they're going to have sports betting on Polygon. It's called Auger Turbo. So losing my voice, man. So this is just more proof. Like every time we look at news, it looks like someone's going to Polygon, right? So you have Polygon's killing it. They're killing it. I might have to adjust my amount of Polygon that I have. So they are going to rely on Chainlink's Oracle. So look, Chainlink and Oracle. So Chainlink will be on Polygon for the smart contract. So here you go. So the way it's going to work, they're going to have decentralized sports betting, which means it'll be very high margin. And it could be a nonprofit, I believe. I think Auger is a nonprofit. So what would happen is you could place a bet on, they have a horse there. So you could place a bet on a horse winning. You put your money up, the other person puts their money up. It's locked in the smart contract. Then they use Chainlink as the data evaluator, and then Chainlink decides or brings the data to say who actually won the bet. Then the bet is automatically released without a third-party intermediary. It's all done through a smart contract. So Auger will be doing that. They'll be competing. Now, what would be amazing is if you hold Auger tokens, that you could get like a percentage of the profits or something like that, and vote on how they move forward. So that would be cool. I don't know if Auger does that, but if you decentralize sports betting, the only way that you could police it is to block the IP address of the websites, for example, from like the US. But yeah, that's that's a cool way to put decentralization to work, but it's like decentralization is usually work to skirt the law. I don't know. Yeah, so South Korea's central bank to choose a supplier of digital currency. So once again, so it's just basically South Korea wants to do digital currency. So what are we seeing? We're seeing the government of China say no to Bitcoin, but they want to have digital currency. They do want to have digital currency. You're seeing Elon, say no to Bitcoin, but then you're seeing all of these governments coming in and saying that they want they want digital currency. So they're going to test from August to December, simulation of banks, retailers, mobile phone payments. And they're going to have a blockchain-based platform. So yeah, that's really good news. So once ETH 2.0 is up and running, do you think it can slow down layer 2 solutions like Polygon? So they've been talking about ETH 2.0 since 2017. So I would assume it's going to be amazing by the time they launch it. Like the reason why it's taking so long, it must be amazing. If everyone builds on Ethereum, though, like the speed that Ethereum is growing at, the problem is that there's just too many developers writing on Ethereum. So if ETH 2.0 launches and it's great, why would you build on layer 2, right? But if it launches and fees are like $10, $10 a transaction. Well, on layer 2, it's like 0.00001 cents. So it would still make sense for someone who is young retail, like doesn't have much money to start with. You would want like $5 a trade or $5 a transaction. It's a lot of money. when you're trying to start. So it would make sense for you to go on these layer 2s and just play in that space. Also, layer 2s are paying you to do things. But yeah, if Ethereum 2.0 comes out, if it comes out the way that they're talking about, you wouldn't really need layer 2, but maybe it would just make things more efficient if that became the default. Is if you come build here, you put your stuff on layer 2, and then your layer 1 is just like the front door. So you put your ETH here, then you send it to layer 2, and then you go back, and then you can track it on your layer 1 or whatever. Like, there has to be a way to integrate them both together. But yeah, like, it should, ETH 2.0 should, like, when it comes out, maybe there'll be a buying opportunity to buy Matic. But playing video games, for example, why do you need to play video games on layer 1? You should be playing your video games on layer 2. And that was when, like, CryptoKitties in 2017, when that launched, is like basically NFTs, killed the Ethereum network. Like, it was taking hours to do transfers. So yeah, this is good. Banks, doing blockchain. And then the last thing is Flux. So Flux Protocol raised a $10.3 million seed round to build DeFi infrastructure on Near Network. So Near Network is its own blockchain and DeFi. DeFi, what would you call it? Basically, it's a blockchain built for DeFi, right? So they raised 10.3 million to do DeFi on Near Network, and I think that overall, there's going to be companies like banks, hedge funds. They're going to start building platforms on DeFi so that they can try to attract people's money. Like, they're going to build the JP Morgan of DeFi and just name it something else. And you're going to think that you're in DeFi, but you're really just giving your money to JP Morgan and they're taking a cut. But then there's going to be the pure DeFi where it's just, for example, like Pancake Bunny. And it's just like, here's your return and here's the assets that you have, and then you match it. And then there's going to be other aggregators where the aggregators take all of the data on every single website and they say, yeah, if you go centralized, this is your rate, and if you go decentralized, this is your rate, and you're going to have the aggregator. So for me, one of my favorite things to look for is DeFi aggregators, like Pancake Bunny, or Autofirm, because you can just check out all the rates there. So for example, you go on Autofirm network and then you can look at all the vaults. So what Autofirm does is they pull data from not every single, as many as possible. Are they on? I'm pretty sure they're also on Polygon. Yeah, they are. Okay, so let's look at Polygon right now. So they pull data from all of the DeFi solutions, and then you can just go in there and see what the yield is. So for example, if you wanted to yield farm ETH, wrapped Ethereum, and USDT, and a liquidity pool, you could get on QuickSwap 107% APR, and obviously it drops as you attract more capital. So these are the Polygon. There's not very many. So these are the Polygon yield farms or mining liquidity pools, and you can just go there and check. So I like that because you don't have to go to all the different websites. You can just go to this one website. So then they have Hecko. So I would assume that because these are not popular, like if you have MDEX, look at that. If you believed in the MDEX platform, so I believe it's an Asian exchange, you could just put it there. 189% APR. So one of the cool things to do is to find these platforms early, and you get in as early as possible, and then you farm there. So MDEX is like when it comes to volume, MDEX is like up there. And so Autofirm, it looks like they have an APR that's to be determined for their own token. But yeah, you can just go in there. So look at this, Belt Finance, 23% on stablecoin. Why not? Belt BNB, 30% on Belt BNB, where BNB is normally 20% if you're yield farming BNB. So yeah, you can just go through. So this is my favorite thing to do, is just find DeFi aggregators. And yeah, that is all for now. So that basically wraps up the market. We'll see where we're at now. So Bitcoin is down on the 24 hours still. It's down 11% in the week. So it's actually not that bad. If you just held Bitcoin, you're not down too bad. But over the last couple months, it's been wild. So if you look at what's up, so in the top 100 coins in the last 7 days, nothing is up. Nothing is up. So just hold on, just hold on there. So I did in the last video, I did say convergence at 1 cent would be a great buy, or 2 cents, and convergence did hit like 2.7 cents. I didn't buy. I personally think I'm not bullish on the market. I believe we're just going sideways, and then we're going to go down a little bit more, and then eventually people are going to start buying. I know some whales bought, but I think they jumped the gun, and they're like really long date minded. So they're like, yeah, I'm putting in a couple $1 billion for a few years, so they could just jump in. They don't have to time the market very much. But $38,000 Bitcoin, it just seems like something else is going to happen, like a big piece of news, and it's going to drop us down to say 30, 20, right? And then we'll go back up for the next wherever until we go into crypto winter. So that's my thoughts right now. Binance coin is just getting it's trying to rebound, but yeah. So Atom is a high-speed blockchain. I don't remember much about them. Oh, Cosmos. Okay, there. Yeah. Dead cat bounce. Yeah, I think it's a dead cat bounce. I just think there's more downside risk. The way I look at it in my portfolio is like, when I invest $1, I want to be able to make $3 and have the ability to lose just $1. That's my risk range. Right now, it feels like when you put in $1, the downside is $3 and the upside is $1. Like there's a really high ceiling to the upside. So Atom's the one. Cosmos. This is the reason why I will say this is like a friend of mine. He is a programmer. He knows a lot about blockchain. He's been in this since 2017. He says this is like the #1, like Flow blockchain and this one, and I believe him. And Binance, when Binance forked, just to give an example of how good they are, when Binance did a fork and they wanted to create their own blockchain, they forked Atom first. It didn't work. So the BEP2 coin blockchain, the Binance blockchain, that is the Cosmos blockchain. And then it didn't work. So then they forked the Ethereum blockchain and they made BEP20. And that's where BNB runs on the Ethereum blockchain, because people weren't ready for Cosmos. They were just not ready. So yeah. If you look at them now, 450% return in a year. Look at the chart. Whew. Yeah. So we went from what? $29 to $11. This is a buy right now. This is a buy. But I would dollar cost average. I wouldn't buy it all at once. I would just dollar cost average. So yeah, that's all. So I'll probably bring another update in a couple days. For now, we're just keep treading water, keep staying ahead. Don't sell. Don't panic sell. If you have some bad coins because you got drawn into the hype, my advice, or not my non-advice, because I can't give financial advice, so my non-advice would be that if you have some bad coins, you need to think about what coins that you're going to hold for the next 3 years. Cosmos versus Polkadot. Cosmos versus Polkadot. Okay, if Polkadot does what they say they're going to do, Polkadot is like going to just blow everyone out of the water. You won't need another coin, right? But what Polkadot has said they're going to do, because I've been in since, well, I'm not like a veteran OG, but when I was in 2017, there was a coin named AION, right? Oh, they're still around. So AION, they were what Polkadot said they were. They were like, we're multi-chain, we're interoperable. Look at their website. They don't even have the same website anymore, right? So if you look at AION's chart, see, look at the hype. the chart over here. So they came out IPO at like $4. People were buying all the way up until $11, and then it crashed to like 15 cents, and it's died like 6 cents, and it's been dead. So they said we were going to bring an interoperable. You're going to be able to have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, all of these all on the same blockchain. We're going to be interoperable, and everyone bought that hype, right? Everyone bought it, and then they tanked and did nothing. Then you had Icon, ICX, the same thing. Icon was like, yep, AION's going to be interoperable. We're going to be interoperable too. They don't even have the same website. So, what they're pitching is something that is almost impossible in today's standards. But if they win that, so look at this, they've changed it now. We're a decentralized aggregator network with interoperability. Right? So we can build a trusted, decentralized global network that allows anyone to connect to any blockchain so businesses and communities can share their services in a transparent way. However, nobody uses them. So like if Polkadot pulls off what they say they're going to do, Polkadot will be the #1 altcoin, period. And that's why I have a percentage, right, in my coins is Polkadot. But Cosmos is great. So I would not pick one or the other because they're both actually in my top coins. But yeah, even what I do, even just everyone the same amount of investment, except for Matic. I'd overweight Matic, and that's it. So, and then you'll just see who wins. Whoever wins wins, and whoever loses loses. And then, geez, long AP. I can talk about that. Thoughts on Shibaswap? Can you explain leash? Shibaswap. What the heck is Shibaswap? So I'm pretty sure Shibaswap that's Shiba Inu, right? And then Shibaswap is just a fork. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Shibaswap is a fork of Uniswap, I would say, and they're going to have staking and NFTs and everything. So what they do is first you start out with a meme coin, and then you come out with a blockchain. So Shiba Inu could actually become a legit blockchain the same way that Dogecoin just forked. So Dogecoin's blockchain is actually a fork of Litecoin. So they took the code from Litecoin and then they put it in Dogecoin. So now Dogecoin went from a meme coin that was ERC20, which is just a fork or part of Ethereum, to its own Litecoin address. So Shiba Inu, because it's worth like 6 or something billion, or it was worth 6 billion at the peak, they could just take some technology from another crypto and then become a legitimate blockchain. And then all of a sudden, boom, you have a good blockchain. So Shibaswap, the issue on Shibaswap is going to be liquidity. So what would happen is they put their own liquidity in there and then they pay you to put your coins up to provide liquidity. So Shibaswap could be a good way to get tokens in and out if they have liquidity and if they have people staking. But if they don't, you're always going to go to Uniswap or PancakeSwap. So yeah, Shibaswap is a good idea. It's a really good idea actually. So let's talk about long AP. The long AP miner is the most expensive miner on the crypto or in Helium, and it's not out yet. Well, let's check. It's only for people in Europe. So if you're in Europe, you can buy this long AP miner. It's beautiful. All right, that's the miner there, and it's beautiful, and it's going to be high powered. It's going to have really good networking. However, it's only for people in Europe. So what can you do if you're in Canada or something like that? See, EU and UK. So if you want to pay 700 euro for a miner, yeah, sure, and get in first, right? That'll be a way for you to get in first. So VChain. Thing of going bullish on VChain. So VChain has already established itself in crypto as a top coin. It's a blue chip. They are trusted in Asia. So like they're already, yeah, VChain's going to $1. eventually. But we just don't know if it's going to go to 1 cent first before it goes to $1, right? So yeah, like the chart's not looking good. But if you missed out, that's some, if you missed out, that's some good opportunity right there. 8 cents. Yeah, like I would. If VChain tanks, I would load the boat with some VChain. But at this point, the risk reward, just the way that the chart looks, it doesn't look that good. If you're in the UK, then yeah, you're set. It will come quickly. Yeah. So the miner for Helium miners, for anyone who doesn't have a miner, what I would do is I would go on explorer.helium.com, or no, actually I would go on the GitHub. Two places I would go: the Helium GitHub and explorer.helium.com. The cool thing about crypto is it's transparent, right? So you're going to go to explorer.helium.com. It's going to show you all the hotspots. It's going to show you the blocks, the consensus group. So today there's 42,000 hotspots. And then what you're going to do is you're going to click on view hotspots. And you go to the bottom. So when you go to the bottom, they're going to show you who's making all of the hotspots in the world. Helium started off making them, right? They made 800, and then they have 2,700 locations. So maybe they had made 2,700. Then you have CalChip. They made 20,000 miners. CalChip is the number one. Then you have NEBRA. It looks like they're getting hotspots out. Syncrobit, they're getting hotspots out. Bobcat is like launching through the stratosphere right now. Bobcat went from 0 to 4,000 past everyone. So when you look at long AP, they only have 6 miners. Those 6 miners is probably them testing the network. So, right? But when you come here, what happens is you can see who they have accepted into their mining. So right here, I see Smart Mimic. I thought that was a miner. It's not. Rack Wireless, they have their own, but Curalink. So Curalink is here. That's going to be the next miner for sale. However, it's already in pre-sale, and I'm pretty sure it's pre-sold by Rack. So the Curalink miner, once it gets to 6 to 10 hotspots, they're going to start testing it. Then they're going to go online, right? So this is a good way for you to check to find new miners, and then you can just go buy it before anyone else buys it, right? So Curalink, what is Helium Network? Blah blah blah. So they're, these guys were doing business since 2013 and pre-order. So there you go. So it says pre-order through CalChip. So then you go to CalChip. And there you can go. So you can buy the American, whatever. So let's see if you click on it. Oops. What I heard is you can't get a consensus group. So you'd have to check that. I heard Curalink can't get a consensus group, which is very important. What I'd look for is shipping. So right now it says this out of stock, you're pre-ordering, blah, blah, blah. Oh, there you go, shipping. So USA and Canada, fall 2021. So, I mean, ordering there, and then you want to check to see if you can get a refund. Maybe if refunds are possible, I would order it, see what order number I am. If I'm in a low order number, I keep it. If I'm not in a low order number, I refund it. But like most of these companies, once you pay, you're not getting your money back and you're not hearing from them. So like I wouldn't try that unless I know for sure. XRP lawsuit. Yeah, so on Clubhouse, I'm in a group where they talk about XRP. They love XRP, and from what I've heard, XRP is kicking the SECs. They're kicking them. They're kicking them around in the court. So, which is rare. Usually, when you have a block, like when the SEC gets you, they just hammer you. Ripple apparently has, let's see. So Thursday, federal judge said cryptos pose a risk to financial stability, blah, 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 for people that are not paying taxes. So now they want people to pay tax. However, Ripple has nothing to do with that. Yeah, like from what I heard in what I heard in Clubhouse, there hasn't been a good it hasn't been a good day for the SEC against Ripple, but who knows what's going to happen in the future. I think they're going to either win or they're going to settle for a really small amount, like something tiny that they can just pay in a day and move on. Are you based in Halifax? I was going to play some miners in August. Yeah, so I got like me and some friends, we got like 10 miners in Halifax. So if you add them, it'll just make a Helium boost. And is it true Long AP are shipping stock or they already have an EU? No. On their website, Long AP said that they're not shipping until September or fall 2021. So um, June is not on their website. It says fall 2021. So yeah, that is all for now. Wrapping it up, I guess. I'll wrap it up here. Thanks everyone. Thanks for the questions, and hopefully we can find a gem. Like that's what I'm looking for. So I'm looking for a gem miner. Or a gem crypto. I want to find something big that we can get in early. That's my goal, is to find something. But right now, it seems like the smartest play is to stay with the large caps right now. And once you find a small cap that dips to a point where it's a rock bottom price, I would definitely jump in. But you need to jump in knowing that you could be down 80%, and you got to have diamond hands. So that's what I would do when I think about it there. Yeah, so yeah, I'll come back in the next couple of days with another live stream, and then probably another video on Helium, and probably another tutorial on DeFi, because those are really important topics. And thanks all. So please like and subscribe, turn your notifications on, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SamGSK. So thank you very much, everyone, and I'll talk to you guys later.